My god, this chapter is pure hype! This most climactic scenario of the arc so far is growing more intense. What's also growing is the hype level. The danger is becoming more apparent for these characters, but it doesn't drive the fans away with its enticing setup and clashes. This chapter delivers a stellar performance of these characters contributing anything to the table, and a really strong hype boost that was built for a long time. I really like the atmosphere of the Abyss, where Kaneki and Ayato woken the monsters from their slumber. Instead of fighting every one of them, they decided to run away as fast as possible. It's the best idea to make a run for it. It's overloaded with those things anyway, so it's like dealing with World War Z zombies. The horrifying feeling continued to escalate as those monsters drawing close to them. The panel shot with the eye looking at them somewhat gave me chills. What makes it more terrifying is the increasing chance for Ayato's death because he wants Kaneki to go on without him. It speaks volumes with him standing by to protect Kaneki, reinforcing his trust with him to be solid and strong. The last chapter gave fans concerns with Ayato's state as he was slowly suffocating. Now, they can be really uneasy with his position to slow them down. I really like how Ishida made Ayato's decision to be a very significant moment for not because of health, rather because of his character. Ayato came a long way from detesting Kaneki since the beginning. Now, he is not only sacrificing, but he does rely on Kaneki to finish the job. It's also nice for Kaneki to actually not fight back and gives his approval of reliance. Not to mention, he expects to see him later rather than a true farewell. So it does resemble to Toko in a way. The worrisome yet delighting part is Ayato's Kagane begins to consume the poison, which is a scary sign. Even so, he finally calls Kaneki his brother. Granted, a shitty one, but that's his way to show kindness. I really hope he doesn't get killed or badly damaged. The good news is that Ishida is not going to keep fans hanging with the outcome back with the owl. The bad news is more than half of the front line has been wiped out. That really sucks for Marude to not only not be there, but only hear the news. The only positive side I can say is at least it didn't spread the toxin, so no worries of new ghoul in the making. Surprisingly, Kyoko returns to the scene in a wheelchair. She's not going to go out and actually fight. That would be kind of strange. But she is there to get the order straight. It was that moment that begins the series of many helpful contributions and really nice detail of interactions. She was given a command that gives Marude a sign of hope and resume his position. I mean, he did lose his cool, which he was embarrassed to show that in front of her. As for the outcome back at the explosion, Suzuya used Arata Joker to defend Uri. That was pretty smart that I somehow forgot to think of that possibility. It was cool of him to reassure that everyone is reorganizing themselves, giving a sign of recovery is in order and is not over. He seriously came a long way. It was great to see the Q squad to defend CCG from what could have been a great disaster. For something so minor, Oro is improving himself to show great concern of their state. We're heading into a right direction. My favorite added detail is with Shao telling Yusa that they are going to win. She has the present of Big Sister to him, and it was neat that she brought up their dedication to the Sunlit Garden. If they do survive and part 3 happens, which I still believe it will, I wonder what Ishida will have in store for them. There are some good potential lies ahead. The owl can move again, but then suddenly, out of everyone, Musuki is the one to stop it. It's not killed, but is being prevented for the time being. She uses her Kagane to wrap around this. Good to know the benefit of keeping her alive. Her road to redemption is going really well so far. I'm honestly impressed. I do like the comment from Nishiki on the Q Squad, reminiscing back from their first encounter. If there's anything to be thankful for the anime, it will be a reminder. One thing to note is the Ghoul team heard some kind of whistling sound. I had to go back to the last chapter, and surprisingly, I didn't notice that CCG didn't comment anything about a whistle, but Shu and Nishiki did. It's probably why humans took a high toll on numbers. Once again, thanks to them, they can start adding the pieces together to learn that the owl is being controlled rather than being the controller. I heard some debate that Hide may have heard it as well, judging by his reaction in the last chapter, though I think his instinct told him something explosive was about to happen with the odd placement. He's really smart in general. Until anything really shady happens, I believe he's clean. The Q Squad does have strong senses like Ghoul, so they reacted quickly. If I recall correctly, same can be said with Suzuya due to his history. Of course, you can argue that he's slowly converting to a ghoul, but perhaps not here at least. I like how Hiden slowly ties in the fact V gave a signal to have the owl to perform an attack as scheduled, while we the fans knew already. Watching him solving the mystery in a reasonable and realistic manner gives a good feeling of accomplishment. Akira provides the coordination of the true enemy's whereabouts with smart thinking. The only part left is to confirm the location by scanning the pinpointed area. That leaves to Hinami to do the job. Wow, the teamwork is incredible. It's amazing how small detail like how it transitioned from Akira to Hinami is yet another moment of them came a long way from the past. It's also splendid for Ishida to remember his characters thoroughly. So it's great to see her helping without the need to fight. No one is left behind. Her sensor has gotten so much better with detection of sounds, including the vibration of the air. At last, she spots the clowns on the roof. She grows up so well. The combination of everyone interacting and working together in their own fashion is one of the reasons why I am fond of this series. This put a smile on my face on how everyone means something and helpful to many. Not everyone has to participate, but when they are put into great use like a long chain of action, it is fantastic. God bless them. Everyone. While Donato is the controller of the owl, it is still not clear on whom that body belongs to. It's definitely just a puppet, so without the controller, it is likely to stop moving rather than keep taunting. I guess it does give a small boost on not being Eto's body, but hopefully very soon we will know the truth. That said, it does lies on him to be stopped as the owl is halted for the time being. It is like a countdown clock. Once time is up, there's a really good chance that it will start killing named characters. The real highlight behind every nice moment is the ending, with the surprise entry of Almond. He couldn't get his attack in, but it's official now. Donato versus Almond is finally here. I remember reading some comments about Almond like, where is he? Well, now we know, and it's worth being elsewhere. The hype intensifies, but it doesn't stop there. If that wasn't hype enough, Yomo also arrives to face none other than Uta. Two long feuds are finally coming in play, and I can't decide on which one I am most hyped. Screw it, I am hyped for everything. I still remember a long time ago, Yomo asked him about the Clown King's motive back at Red. They seemed like on a real friendly term. Now, to this day, Yomo just can't understand his mind, but he knows that he will stop him. Friendship runs deep. Uta casually replies with a sadistic smile. I got chills just by looking at him, as this is the first time to my recollection that he pulled that smile. One would think of Furuta because of the facial structure being similar in many ways. I don't know if there's any relation to him, but something tells me Ishida wants us to think carefully of Uta design and what's about to occur. He has been a real mystery throughout the series. We never got to see his Kagane in action. And I do mean entirely. I don't know if he will spark plenty of theories after his bout, but I only hope Yomo is ready for any unpredictable action. I thought the artwork in this chapter is great. The atmosphere from earlier is dreary and haunting, oozing out the creep factor. It doesn't have any tense action aside from one strike, but it has plenty of significant display of characters. The tense reaction and emotion they show from their face is a definition of picture worth 1,000 words. You know immediately on how much it means to them. This was a great hype chapter. The beginning was concerning, but really nice for Ayato to develop this far. The whole teamwork and interaction were really great, reminding me why I love these characters. The artwork is great for capturing the magnitude of these characters' reaction. The long-awaited feuds are finally going to settle here. Not sure if it will conclude here, but it is going to be a hell of a confrontation. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. What do you look forward to the most? I gotta say, this entire chapter is pure hype. Even without those two battles, you still got a lot to look forward to. I cannot wait for any of them to engage. What do you think of the chapter? Share your thoughts in the comment. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.